In the Quran, a lot of times, you see Allah speak of himself in the plural. He says, we and our and us a lot. Why is that?
Well, that's really known fact as a royal we. It's when somebody is signifying his might.
So you're right. You're saying it's more mighty to appear as a plurality. Is that correct?
Yeah. You can just say that.
Allah, in order to appear more mighty than he really is, he refers to him in the plural to signify his mightiness, because it's more mighty to be plural rather than singular.
It's just a literal device to,
to signify his majesty, right?
Yes.
So it's more majestic to be plural rather than singular. In Islam, when it comes to Tawheed, your God has to pretend to be more majestic than he is.
Not pretend, no, this is wrong.
I'm just being a little blunt. But he has to act or appear as more majestic than he is, while the triune God just is. He's
here's the thing, it's
because in his own nature,
Yeah.
he's plural. Doesn't have to be a royal we. It doesn't have to do something to signify his majesty, because he already is plural.
Aside from Islam, I think my integrity, my dignity, my, who I am as a person, I would think it's so disrespectful for my husband to go and marry somebody else secretly. That to me is cheating, even if it is Islamically correct.
This idea of aside Islam, we're Muslims. There is no aside Islam in this discussion. I'm speaking to a Muslim. So there is no aside Islam here. The true religion, which I'm now expected as a Muslim man to follow, is not the religion of Islam, it's the religion of woman's feelings. I'm not going to do this. So I'm saying now we go back to the book and the Sunnah.
Jesus, peace and blessings be upon him, worshipped God.
Duh.
God above never worshipped Jesus. Like nowhere in the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, does God above worship Jesus, right? But Jesus does worship the God above.
You gotta be kidding me. This dude is just a gift that keeps on giving. The Father never worshiped the Son in the Old or New Testament. So I guess you never read the book of Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 8, where the Father literally calls Jesus God. And in verse 10 and 11 and 12, he identifies him as Jehovah, who laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the work of his hands. How he will never change, how he remains the same while everything else around him changed. He's worshiping the Son in those verses. What are you talking about?
We worship that God, the one that sent Jesus, right?
I tell you what, if you worship the same God that Jesus worshiped, repeat after me. I worship and believe in the Father. Go ahead. I dare you.